Hey, Mooney here. So before I begin this video, I just want to appreciate this anime for making my Mondays way better than they actually are. So thank you, Sabikui Bisco, for making my Mondays absolutely amazing. So this episode, we continue with the chaotic storytelling and purposely disjointed events. Since we have two timelines this episode, I'm gonna start with the past and move my way to the present, basically just like last week's video. I think we all thought last week that Bisco passed the gate of the Gunma border without any trouble, since the way it was left off last week suggested so. However, it turns out that the fat gatekeeper is actually more perceptive than he seems. The way he confirmed his suspicions about Bisco was absolutely hilarious and smart at the same time, so I expect to see this character in the future just based on the wit he showed this episode. As a result of this, Bisco's cover as a monk gets blown. Here there's something that caught my attention actually, which is Bisco's reaction towards the way his name got insulted last week. It reminds me a lot of how Josuke from JoJo would react when his hairstyle gets mocked, and judging by that reaction, I would say Bisco has a pretty strong relationship with his parents, who I think are dead. It's pretty obvious that they are dead. After this little confrontation, Bisco's squad gets revealed. He's traveling Japan with an old man who is Bisco's mentor or sensei, and a crab. The end goal of this journey is to heal Jabi, the old man, who has rust. And from the looks of it, Mushroom seems to be holding the spread of the rust within his body, which is completely different from the way I perceived it last week. The way the rust is cured seems to be by having what is called a rust eater treat it. Thus, the name of this anime, I think. And this rust eater can be found in a place called Akita. So the end goal of this journey is to go to a place called Akita and find a rust eater. I don't know if this rust eater is a person or a cure or a thing or a creature. It was not revealed to us what is this rust eater. Yeah, I forgot to mention this. Let's get back to the chase that occurred when Bisco called Akitagawa. That's the name of the crab, by the way. Cute, isn't it? The reason I want to get back to this sequence is because of one reason: Akitagawa being CGI'd. Now, I know this will be a point of discussion this week, so I want to address it now. I think the reason Akitagawa's being CGI'd is just for style. The director wants it that way. It's not for budgetary reasons or anything. Why am I saying this? Because the hippos and everything else in this episode, to be honest, was hand-drawn. So you'd think that Akitagawa will also be hand-drawn, right? But that is not the case. I know I bring up Derohedoro a lot in these videos, but I think this is the same stylistic choice that the director of that anime decided on. It's for art, not for saving money or anything, or at least that is what I think. I just want to touch on this topic since I know many will be talking about it. By the way, it is good CGI, so no one can tell me that they got turned off by it or anything and they cannot watch the anime, so they dropped it. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this for a moment. Let's continue with the video. We finally continue the scene from the last episode when that weird looking aircraft attacked Bisco. We obviously know the end result since Bisco in the present time got to Imehama, but we see at what cost he got there. The aircraft seems to be a living thing, which is interesting and absolutely disgusting at the same time. Bisco called it a snail, and we saw that when Bisco took it down, that aircraft actually bled, like actual red blood, not oil or anything you'd expect out of an aircraft, but actual red blood, which is creepy and makes me question the world we're set in. Just exactly what is technology and what is not. It's a topic that needs its own video, but we need to see more before jumping into conclusions. Anyways, the casualty of this little skirmish is Jabi, the old man, who got shot twice by that aircraft. And that is how we got to where we are right now. By the way, the pilot of that weird looking aircraft is that pink-haired girl. I just wanted to say this because later in this video I'm going to talk about this pink-haired girl because she seems interesting and I love her a lot. So yeah, I just wanted to mention it here. Let's move on. Moving to where last week's episode left off. As I said, Bisco seems to have sought Melo because of his medical skills, so it was not a coincidence. At first, I thought Bisco wanted to heal Jabi's wound, but it turns out I was wrong. He wanted Melo to synthesize some medicine for him. Obviously, since Melo's such a good boy, he will gladly help him. But it turns out that gunshot wounds inflicted by that weird looking aircraft are not your regular gunshot wounds, so they can rot and kill the wounded. So Melo insists on operating on Jabi first before anything else because that's just how much of a good boy he is. The dynamic between Bisco and Melo is absolutely cute and hilarious to watch. I can't wait to see more of them, to be honest. I just want to see more of that dynamic. Back to what I was saying, Bisco is obviously a wanted man, so those bunny mask wearing weirdos are hunting him. After that, Bisco decides that he'll act as a decoy till Melo finishes the operation on Jabi. Now I want to jump to another topic. I know it's sudden, but this is Sabikui Bisco, so you gotta get used to sudden. I want to talk about that pink-haired girl who is absolutely hilarious. From what I understand, she is not a part of the governor's elite forces. She's a private contractor, I guess, who took on the job of hunting Bisco, which proved to be a bit of a handful for her. Her energy is absolutely chaotic and I love it. Since she doesn't seem to learn her lesson, she went after Bisco again. She got off-screened by him, which is hilarious. I really want her to be a part of the main cast. Her energy is amazing. She's chaotic. She basically fits the description of a main character. One more thing, it's a small detail that I noticed. That freaking shady governor said that they made her take a medicine or a drug, so I hope nothing happens to her, because if anything happens to her, I would be so sad. This is basically everything I wanted to talk about. The episode ends with Bisco and Pao confronting each other. And I know I said this last week, but Pao's design is so badass. Yeah, I guess I want to talk about the music and direction in this episode. The music and direction, they complement each other so much. It's amazing how well they complement each other. When the storytelling is chaotic, the music is also chaotic with the drums and those jazzy soundtracks. It's amazing. I just wanted to I guess say that the music is godly in this episode, just like anything else in this anime. The production in this anime is so high level. It's amazing. I hope that the animators are getting paid enough because this is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, this is the end of this review. If you want to see more of this, please subscribe, and if you like the video, give it a like. If you dislike it, give it a dislike so I can improve. That's okay. This has been Moni, and I guess I'll see you next week. Bye.